the bokuto. You don't hold so the thumb is on top. This is not good. It's great for baseball, not so good for sword. You want the base knuckle of your index finger on top with both hands. Usually the front hand is not too difficult, but the back hand, often when you're cutting, it starts to slip around. You don't want the thumb on top. Both index fingers should be on top. You can think of it as though you don't want your fingers to curl this way as if you were making a fist. It's more like you're offering something to someone. You want your fingers to be in a diagonal against the heel of your palm. Right? So if we just practice just with one hand, you want to hold like this, raise and cut. Try to avoid doing this kind of movement. This is just biceps, right? You want to involve your lats and your back muscles as much as possible. So there are not a lot of cuts that are done over the shoulder. You should do your cuts above your head, straight up and down. When you attack somebody with shomenuchi, this is not proper. You want to raise your arm and use your lats. Raise and cut, and try to have it over your center line, not over your shoulder, right? So if everybody just practices, you want to hold with your right hand, raise and cut, raise and cut. Think about using your lats and your scapula. Not above your shoulder, above your head, in your center line. The hasaki should point back over your head, not forward. It should go back over your head. You want to be blocking with the upper side of the sword. So, cut, block. When you block, you don't just block with your arms and your center line here. You block by moving. Move. They go to strike. This is not what you want to do. You want the edge to move back over your head so you don't, it's not hasaki. You want for it to be yokote, right? Then she comes to cut. It would be better if she cut my shoulder than if she cuts my head. So don't do this. Move. 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 Move your whole body. Then I come back and strike. Don't strike from over here. Come back in the center line, go to strike. It moves off from here, follow the line of your sword. Get the idea. Pair up. It's over here. Then she comes to cut. Leave it over there and move your body. Don't try to do this. Leave it over there and move your body. Over there. Over there. Over there. Over there. Right? Switch partners. Key. Doing this, anytime you take your arms and hands away from your body, they get weaker. This kind of ski is not very good, right? It makes no difference if you're turning the blade one way or another. You take your arms away from you, and that's going to be a problem. So, for example, right, if you put your palms together like you're praying, right? As you push your hands away from your body, you're trying to keep your hands touching each other. But as you push your hands away from your body, your palms open up. When they open up like this is the limit of what you can actually do with your arms and your hands. If your hands are here and they are still together, this is a comfortable position and you can control your hands and your arms much better. So instead of sticking it like this, if anything, you want to squeeze your hands together like you're wringing out a dish towel and push down. Then the ski is done with your body. You move your body behind the ski, right? So try that. The tip will be at solar plexus height. There are lots of ways, lots of theories about how to do kasumi. For our purposes, again, we're going to think about using the hardest part of the sword, the upper side of the sword above yokote, right? So as you do kasumi, you want to straighten your arms, keep the tip in line with your center line and your solar plexus, right? Whether you do Migi kasumi or Hidari kasumi, right? You keep your arms, you let your hands roll. So when you do this, don't do this with your hand, right? Just let your hand roll a little so that your index fingers stay on top, right? Migi kasumi, Hidari kasumi. Just try it. Not like this. If, for example, Sarah were my aite, right? If she can see my sword, this is of no use to me, right? I want to hide the tip of the sword so they don't know what I might do with it, right? Both sides, right? Hidari kasumi, Migi kasumi. Just try it. Mokuto no kamae, right? And when I cut, there are lots of theories about this too, right? In Aikido, we often separate our hands. This is a kenjutsu type grip. It's like kendo, right? And that is like a very chopping, hitting move. It's fencing, right? But when you are doing a cut, anytime you separate your hands, you create a different kind of dynamic with the handle. It becomes very effective for moving side to side, but it's not very good for cutting a straight line. So you put your hands together, right? That might create some interesting things for kachidori. When it's time for you to take it away, you got to get your hands between their hands. But that's another day, another class, right? So for this one, you will slip back. You bring your backhand back on the back of the handle, and now you can do a parry from side to side. So we're here, and I parry. She moves back to wakigamai. I can't see the tip of her sword. When she moves forward and hits me, from there, go back to wakigamai. Just come forward. I'm back in wakigamai. I don't want to just, anytime that you are doing weapons, this is about the minimum distance that I would want to be from her. One sword's length, right? So if I'm comfortable with this to start, don't start, because you're in trouble, okay? Right? I need to be back here. When I move into hit, I move in from below. It's like I'm doing kasumi for an instant, but then I move into tsuki, right? Then she's not comfortable with that, so she's gonna slide back. So when she hits, I'm gonna step back and slide back. I want distance. When you hit, don't hit like this, right? Hit with the intention of doing ski. Okay? Practice. Be careful about everybody around you. Try to do this all facing one direction. Yokomenuchi, but it's hiza, it's my knee. Okay? Then from here, if I'm in kamai, right, what I really want to think is it's a feeling of doing kasumi. Whether you slide back to create a new angle or you pick up your foot, right, whichever, right? And then what I want is I'm on top in a superior position, and what I'm going to do is use my hips and move in. So they go for your knee, you can slide back, you want to get on top, but you create a new angle. First angle, new angle. Then you use your hips, so you don't do this, right? I want to use my hips to pick it up, right? So I create a new angle, I'm on top, I'm going to pick it up. Oh, you got to be down. Then I go for their knee, right? Then they pick it up, they go for my knee. So try not to cheat. Try not to do your yoko hiza like this, right? Try to do it in one big motion. So not this, right? Not that. Don't cheat. The same thing we were working on to start. You want a big cut from above your head. Big cut from above your head. They move it, they go. I move, I go. They move, they go. Okay? Practice. We'll travel back to Wakidamai. Block Uke Nagashi, Yoko Menuchi. Uke Nagashi, Yoko Menuchi. Uke Nagashi, Yoko Menuchi. So just let the sword drift back to Wakidamai. You don't stay there. You immediately turn it into Uke Nagashi. You need, again, the knife edge is pointing back over your head, not in front like this, right? The Uke Nagashi grip should be like a crab claw on top, right? Normally, we hold on top, but when you go to do Uke Nagashi, your grip needs to slip around because now this is the new top, right? So, I'm here for Yokomen, it drifts back, I take the Uke Nagashi grip, walk, I grab with this hand, and then the other one joins, okay? So, just together, by yourselves. Yokomen, Uke Nagashi. Force of the arc is created. So, I should be able to reach Catherine Sensei, she should be able to reach me. Gyakuhame. She goes, I block. I go, she blocks. So then, when you do this, don't just do this, right? It's not the stick. You should be bending your body. This is much less important, right? This stick. Don't forget to use your body, right? They attack, you drop, you rise, you drop, you rise, you drop, you rise, you drop, you rise, you drop, you rise. Right? Okay? Right. This is the line of my legs. I'm not going to try and do Uke Nagashi over here. I'm going to do it so that it matches the line of my legs. Then I'm going to cut Yokomen. Some of you all are cutting Kesagiri, right? That's cheating, okay? It's a different thing, right? Kesagiri follows the line of your lapel. Yokomen is either temple to neck or neck to armpit. It's a more horizontal cut. If you start cutting straighter, then it's not going to be so easy for your partner. So you cut to the side. Then you let it travel back. It follows the line of your legs. You block, cut, block, cut, block, cut, block. Switch partners one more time. Then he's coming because he's going to drop on me. So turn and block. Then turn and block first. And if your partner stops their cut here, this is not going to work, right? You've got to block and they finish their cut, right? It's not, it's a giddy, okay?